I'm Sarah. Welcome to my channel. Wow, that's super awkward to say. But anyways, here I am, finally making my first YouTube video. It's been something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time now, and actually decided to do for quite some time now. But I have wanted to do YouTube videos and different kinds of things with makeup probably since the time I was actually like 16. But I always found a really good excuse for why I shouldn't do it, whether that was being too busy with going to college, you know, starting a new job, always finding some reason in life for not to be able to do it. Or even if that was, you know, thinking, well, there's already so many people out in the beauty community on YouTube making really good videos, why would I just want to get lost in the mix? But even so, it's always been something that's been on my heart and in my heart, just wanting to do it. And I have finally come up with the courage to do it, despite the fact that I think that it might be cheesy or there's too many people out there already doing it. I guess I kind of think of it in the way of you never want or never can have too many friends. So, you know, if there's a new one that comes along, you're not going to tell them, no, I'm already good. I don't need another one. So let's just think of my YouTube channel as that, a new friend coming along, and you always want more of those. So why not say yes to another one? But anyways, so for my first video, I was super confused and like super just like going back and forth on what I wanted to make it, because I was like, well, I don't want to just do like an abrupt, like, this is my skincare routine or here's all my favorite makeup products, because I have more of a vision behind what I want my channel to be than just that. So I was really going back and forth, and it was really holding me back for a while on even uploading or making my first video because I couldn't decide what I wanted that content to be. So I decided just to make this first one for like a little intro and you know, get to know me kind of thing of what I want this channel and this spaces to be. So we'll just start talking about that. I'm super nervous. I don't know why. There's literally nobody in the house right now, and like I've thought about what I was gonna say probably 100 times, and now that I'm actually doing it in front of the camera, it's super awkward for me. It's okay though, we'll get there, you know, new things coming along. But anyways, okay, so basically what the channel is gonna be is a lot of makeup, a lot of skincare, a lot of tips, a lot of tricks, some tutorials here and there, all that kind of good stuff. But aside from that, I always wanted to I have a really big passion for young girls and the beauty within yourself, you know, be your own kind of beautiful kind of thing. But I really do have a passion in my heart for that. And aside from just all the fun, you know, makeup tips and things like that, I wanted to make just a safe place for girls to come and watch, to see that, you know, you can be beautiful with or without makeup, and with or without doing all of the crazy things to your face and to your hair and all that stuff. That stuff, don't get me wrong, I love it, obviously. My hair is practically gray. You can't tell in this lighting, but I do crazy stuff like that all the time with my makeup, with my hair. I love it, I really do. It's super fun, but that's not what I want my message to be on YouTube. So anyways, I'm kind of fast forwarding a little bit, so we'll start with what I want this space is, where I kind of came from and what I want this channel to be. So basically, like I said, I've been into makeup for a really long time, since I was a young teenager, and I started when I was really young. I remember sitting on top of my bathroom sink, and I would get into my sister and my mom's Mary Kay makeup, and there was like this specific pink blush that I would always go in and put on. And so ever since, I was probably like 6 or 7 years old whenever I started doing that. And ever since then, I was just like, wow, this is really fun. I like putting it on, like all that kind of stuff. So the burning in that kind of started way back then. And then when I really started getting into makeup, it's kind of a funny story. So I was a sophomore in high school, and I was going to prom. My boyfriend would have been a junior because it was our first year going to prom. And I remember his mom was doing my makeup, and she did an amazing job, and I absolutely loved it. But I just specifically remember, like, when she was doing my eyes, it was my eyeshadow and my mascara and my eyeliner, and when she was doing it, I just like could not stop fluttering my eyes, and it just bothered me so much. And I remember specifically sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, like if I'm ever gonna go to any other special event, I'm gonna have to learn how to do my own makeup because this is horrible. Like, I hate sitting here feeling her like putting all this stuff on my eyes because it was just like irritating. She did, like I said, she did an amazing job, and it was nothing on her, it was just me. Like, you guys probably know, when someone else puts mascara on you, it's the most uncomfortable thing in the world. And that's all I could feel. So I was sitting there thinking, I have to learn how to do my own makeup. So from there I started, literally that's how it happened. And from there I started watching YouTube videos and playing around a lot with makeup, and, you know, developing my skill set that way. And I really just fell in love with doing it, and it became really, really fun for me. And, you know, trying out all the different looks for your eyes. And I definitely had, you know, I went through that phase of life of having too thick of eyeliner and too thin of eyebrows, but everybody makes mistakes and you have to go through those patterns sometimes. That's just life. But yeah, so I kind of developed everything starting there, and that's probably why I was a sophomore, so I was probably 16 at the time. And so yeah, so from there I just kind of started falling more and more in love with doing my own makeup, wanting to start to do it on other people. But I was always super timid about that, and I didn't know, you know, how to do that, or I didn't want to mess it up because if they hated it, I'd get really upset. So I was just always so nervous and fearful about that kind of thing. And then fast forward a couple of years, I moved away for college, and I needed a job, right? So college is expensive, doing anything living outside of your parents' house is expensive, so I had to get a job. So I was looking around in the new place that I was living for just different jobs that I could do potentially, and in the past I had found out, I went to Sephora all the time. I would always drag my mom shopping and make her let me go in there, and I would just spend so much time in Sephora, just looking at makeup and all that kind of good stuff. So I moved away for college, and I was so interested in makeup, and I had truly fallen so in love with it. I knew that you didn't need a certification or a cosmetology license or anything to work at a Sephora. So I was job shopping around, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, like, there's a Sephora literally 5 minutes away from where I was living at the time with my sister in her apartment, and I was like, wow, it'd just be so cool to work there. I was so obsessed, guys. Like I said, I knew that you didn't have to have a cosmetology license to work at Sephora. I got so deep into the research back in the day that I found out that there's literally a Sephora university. I don't know if you guys knew that, but check it out if you want to get into it. But it's really cool. I always wanted to, you know, do that, but life goes on. Anyways, so I'm super distracted, but I walked into Sephora one day whenever I had first moved to where I was living for college, and I made it super casual because I went in to say I wanted to get my birthday gift. It was in January, and I walked in and I went up to the lady and I was like, hey, like, I'm here for my birthday gift, and she was so sweet and so kind, and she was like, yeah, sweetie, of course, like, here you go. And mind you, at the time I was literally 18, like starting college in January, and that January, and I walked in, I had like faded peanut butter and jelly purple hair and braces at the time. So super awkward and just like young and excited to be there because I love Sephora, and I didn't have one super near me whenever I lived at home, so I was just like so happy to be there. And I walked in and I got my birthday present, and I just remember being like, are you guys hiring by chance? I don't know what possessed me to get that out of my mouth, because like I said, I was young, I was awkward, I was fearful of like my skill set and my confidence in doing my makeup. I knew I was okay at doing it on myself, but like, God forbid I ever put it on anybody else because I was terrified of that. But I, you know, somehow it rolled off my tongue, and she was like, actually, yeah. And I remember her saying, it's super nice to have somebody walk into the store and actually look excited and have a smile on their face. So she was like, go online and apply, and we'll be in touch with you. And I was like, okay, like, oh my God, that's so cool. But I walked out thinking, oh, like, I'll never hear from them, and if I do, I probably won't respond, because what in the world possessed me to actually ask for a job here, because I'm not qualified for that, right? But I went home and I did it, and I applied online, and I actually got a phone call back, and I was so excited, but like so nervous. I've never been more nervous for anything in my life. So I got an interview, and I went in. I remember I was wearing all black, like a black blazer, black pants, a gold tank top underneath the blazer, and these hot pink Kate Spade heels. And I was like, I'm looking good. Like, I'm ready for this interview. I'm gonna nail it. I have braces, it's fine. Like, they're gonna love me. And so I went in and I remember just like walking in. Now, mind you, it was Sephora inside JCPenney. It wasn't like a freestanding Sephora, but whatever. So I walked in and I was in my heels and I was sitting on the chair waiting outside of the interview room. And this girl walks in and she's definitely like in her mid-20s, gorgeous, like makeup done to a T, absolutely flawless. And I was like, oh, she looks great. Like, I wonder what she's here for. She walks in, sits down right next to me, and I was like, if this is who I'm going up against in my interview, like, I'm out. I better just walk away right now because there's no way I'm getting this job. But I did the interview anyways, and apparently it went well enough. I'll never forget, the manager at the time was a man. He was so intimidating. He had like the most perfect, beautiful beard, and it was like literally, I'm pretty sure he used a beard stencil or something. Super good. But I was just like so nervous because, again, like, I'm from a super small town. I moved to this new place and try to get my dream job at Sephora, and just sitting there in that interview, I was incredibly nervous, didn't know the right things to say. All I knew was, hey, I'm really into skincare, and I believe if your skin looks good, your makeup's gonna look even better. So that was like a strong suit, something that I said to them because they really liked that. But anyway, long story short, they called me back. I got the job. I started working there. I had to do a demo for the second part of my interview when they had called me back. I had to go back in and do makeup on someone, and I was terrified. And I was just like, okay, like, I've never really done this before on somebody else. I know all the steps to do, but like, we'll see how it turns out, kind of thing. I still don't think it looked probably very good. I don't really remember. But it was not my first time, because I've done it on friends and like probably my sister before, but never like seriously like doing makeup on somebody else. So I don't really remember how that went, but I got the job anyways. And from there, I just, like, my love for it expanded so much. I learned so many things about makeup, so many things about skincare. I had the best bosses I could have ever asked for. They were amazing. I made really good friends working there. So I'm just super thankful for the entire experience, that and like trying to work. But going to work when I was at Sephora was like so much fun for me, and it was the relieving part of my day every day, because school was stressful, life was stressful, but I loved my job so much that I just, that was my happy place, and I enjoyed going to work. So that's super important, and I'm really thankful for that time in my life. And eventually, like, I graduated college, I got my other job, and I stayed at Sephora for a good 6 months, just super part-time. They were kind enough to let me just work, once or twice a week. And I just wanted to, because I loved it. I loved keeping the job there. But then after that, I moved away for my other, well, not for it, but with my other job. And I couldn't stay anymore. So I did leave. And then finally, I was like, now that the place that I'm living now, they also have a Sephora inside JCPenney, and I was like, like, maybe I could get another part-time job there, work once or twice a week. Maybe they would let me do that here as well. And then something in my head was like, Sarah, why would you do that when you find your time that you would be taking working that job could be the time that you're taking making this YouTube channel and actually developing it like you've wanted to for the last 5 years. So that's what I decided to do. So here I am. But like I said, along with the makeup and along with everything like that, I truly just want to give a good confidence base for a lot of girls out there, along with the tips and tricks that I'm going to share on this channel. But I really just have this passion for reminding yourself that your beauty comes from inside of you, and it comes from absolutely nothing that you put on your skin, absolutely nothing that you can do to your hair, but the kind heart and spirit that you hold and carry within you. I love Jesus so much, and I just want to be able to share my faith with you guys through this stuff. I don't care if you don't want to watch my videos because I said that. I don't care if you want to go somewhere else, but I truly feel like this is something and a leeway that He's given me to be able to share my confidence and my love and my joy for life and for people through this YouTube channel. So that's where I want it to come from, and that's where I want it to be based off of. One of my favorite verses is actually right behind me, and it says, I'm going to read it because again, I'm nervous and I probably won't be able to quote it correctly, but it says, "It is not fancy hair, gold jewelry, or fine clothes that should make you beautiful. No, beauty should come from within inside of you, a beauty of a gentle and a quiet spirit. that beauty will never disappear, and it's worth very much to God. And that's 1 Peter 3:3-4. So that's just kind of always a good reminder for me, because yeah, you get super caught up in, oh my goodness, my makeup needs to look really good, my hair needs to look really good, but you'll never find me as that girl who can't leave the house without makeup on. I go to work every day not wearing an ounce of makeup. I go out to stores, to church, to hang out with my friends all the time without makeup. It's not something that defines me, and it never will be, and it shouldn't be something that defines you either. And I really thank my mom a lot for that mindset, because she has always told me and all three of my sisters that your beauty is who you are on the inside. It's not who you are on the outside. No matter how much fun it is, and no matter how beautiful you want to feel, and that's awesome. I'm so all for that, and that's why I'm here. But at the end of the day, it's what's in your heart and what's in your soul that makes you so beautiful, and that attracts people to you, and it's the love of God that all of that comes from. So I'm just super thankful to be here, and I'm super thankful to share this journey with you guys. And like I said, my first video will probably be skincare basics, because that's really what I'm most passionate about, is good skincare. Because like I said, I think that however good your skin is how good your makeup will look. And it's really, really important to take care of your skin too. And I think that that's something that not a lot of people know. You just think that, you know, you cover up your face with a ton of makeup and nobody's gonna realize that it looks like cake. But that's not true. Everybody knows. So yeah, I think my next video will probably be just like my basic skincare routine and the products that you absolutely have to be using in your skincare routine, in my opinion. So yeah, that's basically my introduction. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you stick alongside me for the next ones that are coming. This is super awkward, and I probably won't say it often in my videos, but please like, comment if you want, and subscribe to my channel, because I think that this is going to be really fun. I think it's going to be a new journey, and I think that I have some really good tips and tricks that I can share with you guys, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Thanks. Have a good day.